Hi, my name is Sarah Atwell, and this is my video recording for 2D video reflection activity. So I'm going to start by explaining how I found my strengths and weaknesses. First, I did this self-assessment and filled out the chart. And you can see my lowest ones were down here, purposeful homework, presenting unusual information, academic games, and then I thought my strengths were mostly in classroom rules, the way the classroom's set up. It's pretty minimal, just the stuff the students need, and then really focusing on building those relationships with the students too. Also scored high with classroom management um, and things like that. So my focus, I decided to choose academic games to work on because that was a weakness here, and presenting unusual information. We didn't do purposeful homework because of COVID. Our school just decided that we weren't going to do homework this year. So usually I do, and I already have big plans for next year for being able to finish their reading assignments, basic math facts, things like that for homework. So that's why I did not choose purposeful homework. So for my third one to work on, I chose physical movement because I know a lot of times we just get in the zone and do work, and I don't use a lot of moving around the room. So those were the three that I chose for to show growth in. Let's see what I have next. This up here. So I made this chart, and it explains down here why, even though I had a 0 in homework, as because our school chose to be homework free to get through COVID, but we'll change that next year. So the three I chose here, based on that survey, are academic games, presenting unusual information, and using physical movement. And the reason I chose this was I scored a 0. I never use them. I mostly just stick to the curriculum. Um, don't add too much extra stuff in. Present unusual information, I scored a 0. Same thing, I usually just stick to the basics. And don't add too much extra work for myself, or um, I don't usually have time to think about it, honestly. And the last one is physical movement. So I scored a 1 on physical movement. Let's see, at the end of the year, students are more active, just like spring fever, and they're a little squirrely and all over the place. And it'd be fun to incorporate more physical movement throughout the day. So I thought all three of these actually would be fun for the end of the year. My goal is to implement one new academic game each week for the rest of the year, and then document what the students thought about it and chart it. For presenting unusual information, I decided to present unusual information each week was my goal for the rest of the year, and then ask the students what they thought about it and just document it. And then using physical movement, I said I'd provide new opportunities for physical movement activity each week for the rest of the year, and ask the students what they thought about it and chart it. I'm just looking at what else I'm going to talk about here. So my next one is my growth pre-survey data. So I documented all this. The end of April, beginning of May, April 28th through May 5th, I used 0 academic games. I said the standard deviation of the weeks for the entire school year would be 1. Every once in a while, students will be allowed to play cool math games on their Chromebooks, and that's about it. Presenting unusual information. The mean number that I personally present unusual information is 0. The week of April 28th through May 5th, I presented 0 unusual information. So the standard deviation is 0. I never go out of my way to say, I'm going to just present some unusual information about this topic. I always just stick to the curriculum, just the basics, get it done. I mean, they might get unusual information from CNN 10 or their Scholastic News or guest speakers we have, but I personally don't even try to incorporate that. And then using physical movement. The mean number that I use physical movement for the week of April 28th through May 5th is 2 times per day, and only for students who have a lot of energy. I usually send them just to go take a walk in the hallway. If they're starting to bounce off the walls and be really chatty, I'll just say, why don't you go take a break, walk to the copy machine and come back. So definitely the whole class does not participate in that. And the standard deviation for the week of April 28th through May 5th is 2. The students earned going outside for extra recess 2 times that week. So it did, documenting this did make me think that every once in a while the whole class does do extra movement, but I don't usually plan it or make sure that the whole class gets it. So I believe that is all I have for this part, why I chose everything, assessment, why I chose it, and the data that I gathered, so that I'd have time to complete the rest of the task by the end of the year. Thank you.